Hare Krishna. Good morning, my dear Prabhus and Matajis. Wonderful morning to see you all. So if you could hear and see me clearly, isang like naman dyan. Awesome. Thank you very much. Hello muna kay Mervin, Raul Prabhu, Chantal Mataji, Hare Krishna, Pascual Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Charles, Kaiser Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Pat, Hare Krishna, KD, Hare Krishna, Nikki, Hare Krishna. So others will follow. So, alam nyo na, you know the drill. Ang ating practice that we should always be in the right mood, in the mood of service, in the mood of surrender, in the mood of humility, in the mood of request, in approaching our yoga, the yoga philosophy, the spiritual life, and basically all the things that we do in our lives. So this is the whole prana mantra you can see in your Bhagavad Gita introduction. I think page 1 yan. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagragatam Sahajana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Sijevam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchani Gourange Radhe Vrindavaneshvari Vrishabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Vyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyaevacha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavevyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Budale Srimate Giridhari Swami Tinamine. So these are the Guru Pranams, prayers to the spiritual masters, teachers, up until the also the other devotees, to Srimati Radharani, Krishna, and a person's spiritual master. So if you could see, mag-iiba yung name nung last line. Depende kung ano yung name nung spiritual master. So His Holiness Giridhari Swami Guru Maharaj is my spiritual master. Kaya ito yung mantra. So, hello. Maraming salamat. It's been 27 days tayo magkakasama. And there's more. Marami tayong course na inahanda. And tuloy-tuloy kasi we are just scratching the surface ng yoga philosophy. There's more. It's a rabbit hole. Pagpunta mo doon, ang daming um, different angles and perceptions how to understand the yoga philosophy. But we will understand them according to scriptures and the spiritual teachers, and we will find the conclusion. And ayun din yung um, matutuklasan natin today. So welcome sa ating 18th chapter ng Bhagavad Gita. So I'm really honored and humbled na umabot tayo dito. And sobrang saya ko if nabasa niyo na yung buong Bhagavad Gita. It usually can take you 18 days to read this Bhagavad Gita, one chapter a day. Pwede niyo gawin yon. But that will be ranging around 1 hour to 1.5 hour per chapter. So last 2 days for this course, pero madami pa. Our chapter title for today is The Perfection of Renunciation. This is the perfection of yoga. Ng acronym natin ay SMILE. 5-letter word na sobrang importante. And one will feel this if he understand the Bhagavad Gita from a spiritual teacher and he applies it in his life. So, letter S natin, it was a summary of Karma Yoga. So, basically, renunciation. Si Arjuna gusto niyang umalis sa battlefield. Pero sabi ni Krishna, you must fight. There are different kinds of renunciation. We don't have to escape from our responsibilities and duties kasi yogi na tayo. Renounce na tayo. It's not like that. Ang root of entanglement is the root of entanglement is the materialistic mentality with which we act, thinking ourselves the controller and enjoyer. Our attachment. Ito yung mga attachment natin. We think na tayo yung enjoyer and yung doer. So there are different kinds of renunciation. In the mode of ignorance, yung prescribed duty niya, iniiwanan niya. He escaped and hindi siya naging responsible doon. Siya ay nasa illusion in the mode of ignorance. Illusion. So renunciation in the mode of passion, giving up prescribed duties because they are thinking sobrang troublesome, sobrang hirap. Ang hirap mag-spiritual life. So mag-enjoy na lang ako ngayon. Tingnan natin in the future. Tingnan natin sa retirement age ko, which is wala tayong assurance kung aabot tayo lahat sa old age. So because sobrang hirap. Ang hirap mag-chant sa umaga, ang hirap gumising na maaga. Diba? Ang hirap mag-yoga. Pinakamahirap mag-yoga, i-unroll yung mat. Diba? Pwede mo tignan ng 30 minutes yung mat mo kahit nagdamit ka na. Tapos ang dami mong dahilan para gawin. So same thing as spiritual life. Pwede mo tignan yung chapamala mo. Tapos mag-cellphone ka muna. Pinakamahirap mag-start. Kasi we feel na troublesome yon. Kasi we are in the mode of passion. Pero of course, pag ando na tayo, nasa kalagitnaan ka na ng yoga mo or ng chanting mo, buti nandito ako. Buti ginagawa ko to. In Krishna consciousness, giving up earning money out of fear that it is fruitive activities is not recommended. So it doesn't mean na you're practicing Krishna consciousness, hindi ka nakikita ng money. Hindi ka na mag-work hard. One should engage his money in Krishna consciousness. One should engage our manifestation of money, time and energy as money, into practice of spiritual life, Krishna consciousness. You should always maintain your body to the optimum state. Maintain your relatives, your loved ones, be responsible. But the consciousness is on Krishna. And instead of buying a lot of luho You can use the money how to improve your and invest on your spiritual life. Read books, buy books, um, use it for distribution of prasadam, offer kay Krishna, a lot of things to um, how to use yung fruits ng activities natin into Krishna consciousness. We should not escape. And meron tayong renunciation in the mode of goodness, performing prescribed duty because it is ought to be done, renouncing all material association and all attachment to the fruit. So, ginagawa lang kasi kailangan gawin. But that is three modes again of material nature. We want to be above it. So the intelligent or the true renunciation is one who is in the mode of goodness, but Krishna conscious siya. One does not hate anyone or anything that troubles his body. Yung material na bagay sa paligid niya, he can use for Krishna consciousness. Works in a proper place and proper time without fear with the troublesome effects nung ginagawa niya. Parang kay Arjuna, tinanggal ni Krishna yung fear niya to be in the battle, to fight. So wala siyang doubt sa work kasi he knows his purpose. True renunciation to perform only religious duty and without attachment to the fruits. So whatever work you have, given na it is in the mode of goodness, you can transfer it as the true renunciation if you are performing it Krishna consciously. And it could be called religious duties. So same yon yung tatlo. We're gonna do yung activities natin, maging spiritual siya if we put Krishna there. So modes of nature, nahati to, makita mo pa rin sa Bhagavad Gita. In knowledge, nahati rin sa three modes of material nature. The action, yung worker, how we understand things, our determination in different modes of material nature din yan. Even the happiness. Again, material modes of nature, material siya. We want to go beyond. So no one, either here or among the demigods, is freed from these three modes, even the demigods. The one who can be freed from the modes of material nature is those who are Krishna conscious. Letter I, ideal worker. Sa smell natin. Sino yung mga ideal worker? Meron 4 Varna. This is, if hindi nagamit na maayos, it will be the caste system, kung ano meron sa India. They see it as the material caste system. They will see it as discriminatory power nila na mas angat sila sa iba. They pervertedly interpret yung meaning ng scriptures. Pero hindi ganon. So the qualities of 4 Varnas, yung 4 na Varna is Brahmanas, those who are in priestly orders, yung mga monks. Kshatriyas, those who are in the, parang si Arjuna. Soldiers and administrative, sila yung mga leaders. Vaishya, sila yung sa business. And Sudras is those who works. So 4 to. Qualities nila, Sudras, they are doing the labor and service to others. They work. Then we have the Vaishyas. They do farming, cow protection, and business. Kshatriyas, they have 7 qualities. Heroism, they have the power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity, and leadership. And those who are Brahmanas, they have 9 qualities. They have peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, and religiousness. It doesn't mean one is a Brahmana, he is lamang sa iba, or he is Krishna conscious automatically. No. Pwede ka maging impersonalist worshipping this light, or thinking, parang Mayavadi, thinking na you are God, but have the qualities of Brahmana. Still, this is material. Material designation or Varna. So sa India, madalas yan, meron silang Brahman thread. So nakaikot yan dito. Kung makikita mo yung picture ni Buddha, yung mga ibang saintly person, may thread sila. Si Shiva, those are Brahman thread. That's where they chant the Gayatri mantras. Yung mga yogi, alam nila yan. Yung iba sa India, they will see it as discriminatory power. I'm a Brahmana, dapat di ka tumabi sa akin. Doon ka sasama mo sa mga sudras. But it is not by birth. In the scriptures, it is mentioned it is said we are born lower than the sudras. Our lifestyle, even the diet, even the belief, the practice. But we will try to, with the process of Krishna consciousness and yoga, to develop the qualities of Brahmanas. Pero hindi yun by birth. Hindi ka pinanganak na Brahmana. Pinanganak ka sa Brahminical family, Brahmana ka na. Pag pinanganak ka sa pamilya ng doktor, hindi automatic na doktor ka. Kailangan mong maging qualified doctor. Pag-aralan mo yun, i-develop mo yung qualities and yung skills. So, hindi siya namamana. But of course, what surrounds you as you grow up, yung bringing up ng isang tao is a big help. So, being Krishna conscious, if one is surrounded by Krishna conscious family, that's a plus. Kasi sabi sa scriptures, most probably, we're just continuing from the previous lives. Pero it doesn't mean na pure devotee na. One should work, one should serve, and still be in a humble mood. So this is the 4 varnas. May 4 ashram din. So, ang tingin lang natin sa yoga or sa ibang spiritual thinking, ashram is bahay, or ashram parang bahay ng monk. Ashram. So those who are sannyasis, those renunciants, sila yung madalas nagiging guru. The brahmacharis, those who are wearing orange robes. And grihasta, yung robes nila is white. Sila yung mga family, may mga families. And vanaprastha, those who are retired na. Ayun yung ashram, and yun yung varna. Kaya tinatawag itong varna ashram system. This is could be seen as material if hindi ipapasok si Krishna dito. So we want to practice this as Krishna conscious practice. And in society, you can see this. So may mga tao talagang trained, qualified maging leader. You cannot just put a person who is not trained to be a leader and magkakagulo. A politician, for example, should be a leader. The qualities of a leader. You could not be just like palamuti lang sa leadership because of meron siyang fame or meron siyang following. Doesn't mean he is already a leader. So we put this into place. So we could put ourselves into place. So we know. Parang si Arjuna, he's a Kshatriya. He cannot go and do the duties of a Brahmana. You're a Kshatriya. This is your duty. Perform it. Hindi mo pwedeng takasan. So, ayun yung ideal worker. Ang sabi ni Krishna, one can become perfect by doing all the duties of his respective varna for the Lord's pleasure. So, whatever, kung ano yung nandito sa apat na to, if you put Krishna, you offer it to Krishna, you become Krishna conscious, you can perfect your spiritual life. So, hindi siya one size fits all ang spirituality. Dapat ganito yung journey ko, dapat ganyan din yung sa'yo. No? Kanya-kanya yun. Kanya-kanyang designation, kanya-kanyang varna. Pero, ang commonality, ang common denominator, kailangan Krishna conscious. Kasi kanya-kanyang role, kanya-kanyang importance. Doesn't mean mas importante yung lalaki sa babae, mas importante yung priest kaysa sa soldier. No, kanya-kanya. Ang importante, you become Krishna conscious. So, doesn't mean one size fits all or one path should be other's path then. Para siyang analogy ng um, medicine. As one should not take the medicine prescribed to someone else, one should stick to his own prescribed duties and not try to take someone else. So that's your identity. Sa process of impersonalism, yung mga impersonalists, wala silang identity. Everything is one. Lahat tayo isa. All is one. Mag-merge lahat. So wala identity. So yung mga Bhakti yogis, they have just very simple rebuttal dun sa idea na yon. If all is one, tingin mo lahat iisa lang, ako, ikaw, then give me your cellphone, give me your wallet. All is one, di ba? Ana. Then, hindi niya bibigay yon. He's thinking, hindi akin to eh, ako may-ari nito. So wala yung identity or yung philosophy niya sa buhay, yung principle niya, hindi niya ina-apply. So that's it. Sobrang different yung identities natin. Si Mervin yan. Diba? Si Raul, it's very unique. Ikaw yon, si Raul. It doesn't mean na mag-merge tayo in the future pag namatay tayo tapos mag-merge din tayo kay Krishna. You have your identity. But this Varna and Ashram is just identity having this body. But we can use that to become Krishna conscious. You could use the male body to become Krishna conscious. You can use the female body to become Krishna conscious. A mother to become Krishna conscious. So ayun yung sabi ni Krishna kay Arjuna. Kasi kung hindi, gulo-gulo yung mundo. Walang roles, walang identities. Kanya-kanya lang. So lahat tayo magiging leader, wala tayo magdadasal lang. Brahma na tayo. Walang magiging farmer, walang magbibigay ng protection sa cow. So, yung harmony is doing one's role and cooperating with each other. So, yung letter L natin sa smile, Krishna, sinabi na niya tong verse na to before, na chapter 9, pero inulit niya kasi ito, ganito kaka-importante. While doing our duties, different varnas, being a mom, being a teacher, being a cook, being an artist, musician, working in a corporate job, and all, ano na lang yung kailangan mo gawin para maging Krishna conscious? So mark this in your Bhagavad Gita. You should read the purport of this one. Yeah. I-discuss natin to. Maganda to yung point ni Chantal after discuss natin. So 18.65 Manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi satyam te patijane priyosime. Ano yung kailangan mo gawin para maging Krishna conscious ka? Always think of me. Become my devotee. Worship me and offer your homage unto me. Thus, you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. So si Krishna may promise sa mga devotees niya. May assurance. That is Krishna. Hindi siya yung gawin mo lang to ng gawin. Just have faith, okay na lahat. Just pray, okay na lahat. No? How? Always think of me. Become Krishna conscious. Doing your duties, doing your material and spiritual duties, anong gagawin mo? Think of me. Become my devotee. Your lifestyle, your sadhana, become a devotee. Worship, how? By chanting or worshiping Krishna. If you best, you create your sacred space in your house to make it your small temple. Yung house mo, hindi mo na isipin ikaw may-ari. Si Krishna na yan, although siya naman talaga lahat. Pero, you're serving Krishna. So that's what we call a little space or sacred space, making it a temple, and offer your homage unto me, your prayers, your heart. You always talk to Krishna. Thus you will come to me without fail. That's his promise. Because you are my dear friend. Yan, maganda yung questionnaire. Balikan natin yan. Pero, ito yung sabi ni Krishna. So, ang dami niya kunento na process sa yoga ladder sa Bhagavad Gita. Ano lang yung dapat mong gawin, Arjuna? Ano yung conclusion na itong usapan natin bago tumuloy tayo sa war? So, nalaban na sila. Kinukonklude ni Krishna ang usapan. Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Bhaja Aham Tvam Sarvapapebhyo Mokshayishyami Masuchaha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. All the unwanted baggages, all our karmas, si Krishna na may bahala doon. Ano yan? Hindi mo na kailangan i-suffer, hindi mo na kailangan i-enjoy yung good and bad karma mo na meron ka dyan from your previous lives. So, kukunin na ni Krishna yon. Hindi na yung material nature magbibigay sa'yo. Kasi yung material nature nagbibigay sa atin. Diba? Meron doer. Us, Krishna, and material nature. Material nature yung magbibigay ng mga desires natin. Good and bad karmas natin. So, hindi na. Sagot na ni Krishna ang usapan ng neto si Krishna saka ikaw. How? Abandon all varieties of religion. Lahat ng process. Just abandon it. Just be Krishna conscious. Paano ka mapupuntahan yung being Krishna conscious? Surrender to Krishna. Parang si Arjuna. He surrendered. I'm so surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. Dedicate your life to Krishna. All the love, the devotion, the mind. And ito yung promise niya. And may insurance din siya. Hindi lang assurance. May insurance din siya. Krishna insured those who practice Krishna consciousness. 21 generations up, 21 generations down ng line mo. And even not just this lifetime, pati yung different lifetimes mo. Your relatives, generations, 21 generations up before, 21 generations sa mga gigiging sa future, he is insuring them. Na ako bahala rin sa kanila. So may assurance si Krishna, may insurance din siya. Kailan makipag-deal si Krishna? Ano lang gagawin mo? Just be Krishna conscious. Be pure. So you can read this, how Krishna wants to explain, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender to me. Basically, God is one. He will have different names. Maraming details na ginagawa yung mga tao. Iba yung suot, iba yung ganito, iba yung oras, iba yung araw. But hindi mo pwedeng sabihin hindi totoo yung dinadasalan niya. Because Krishna and God is one. As we know, understand through yoga, what is his name, what is his, the details, his forms, his pastimes, we will understand Krishna. So, surrender to Krishna. Don't surrender into money, fame, fortune, or just the process of other yoga ladders. Then, ano yung result kapag ginawa mo to? Ano yung end result? Krishna is saying, kapag ginawa mo to, be Krishna conscious, ito yung end result. You can see this in the 18th chapter, verses 67 to 71. Basahin niyo to, please. Sabi niya, this confidential knowledge may never be explained to those who are not austere or devoted, or engaged in devotional service, nor one who is envious of me. Hindi yung basta-basta maintindihan nila to. Lalo na those who are demoniac or envious of Krishna. He will just twist them, they will not understand. They could sell them and make their own version, pero the effect Na, for one who explains this supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed. And at the end, he will come back to me. So, just by simply sharing Krishna through the Bhagavad Gita, his teachings to others, he's very pleased. Sobrang tuwang-tuwa si Krishna, sobrang nape-please siya, very special sa kanya if a devotee tries to share Krishna to others. Even without explaining actually. Distribute Krishna's book, distribute Bhagavad Gita to others. Give it as a gift or let them take it and ask for some donation. That is building ng karma nila ng devotional service. That's their first step to devotional service because the manifestation of their time and energy, which is money and yung fruit, binigay na as kapalit ng Bhagavad Gita. And that money will be used to reprint books again, to spread it to others. So, napiplease si Krishna sa ganitong devotional service. Very special sa kanya. Sabi niya, there is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear. So, pag nakita niya yung anak niya, like a dad, na nagtutulungan, may matalino, tapos nakita niya tinuturuan yung isang bata na sinututor yung isang kapatid niya na hindi yung ganun ka nagigets yung sa school. Sobrang napipili siya. Rather than nagyayabang lang yung honor student niya na anak, tapos wala siyang pakialam doon sa kapatid. So, this is how Krishna sees all the living entities, us. And he's very pleased when one helps each other, encouraging, hindi siya competition. That's spiritual life. And I declare, sabi ni Krishna, he's declaring bigly. He have a big declaration, a huge declaration. And I declare that he who studies this sacred conversation of ours worships me by his intelligence. You can worship Krishna by your body, bowing down, serving, using your body, by heart, but also you can serve Krishna by the intelligence. And I'm paying my obeisances to all of you because you're very dear kay Krishna kasi you are studying this conversation of Krishna and Arjuna. Even, sabi ni Krishna, and one who listens with faith and without envy becomes free from sinful reactions and attains to the auspicious planets where the pious dwell. And that's all of you. I bow down to your lotus feet. Ayun yung assurance ni Krishna. So that is smile. Summary of Karma Yoga, may tatlong mode of material nature in their renunciation. Sabi ni Krishna, you must fight. Hindi gagawin ni Arjuna yun out of duty lang niya. Gagawin niya yun kasi Krishna conscious siya. Ayun yung true renunciant. Ayun yung true yogi. Ayun yung mga modes of material nature. So, ideal worker, meron tayong 4 varna. May mga duties tayo in simple way. We must perform that. Not just performing it, but we must be Krishna conscious. We must have the love of God. How? The process of Bhakti Yoga, always think of Krishna. Always think of Krishna and never forget Him. Ayun lang yung dalawang rule na kailangan mong tandaan. The rest is supportive rules na lang and regulation. Pero itong dalawang to, you must always remember Krishna. Ano yung hindi mo dapat gawin, never forget Him. That's the ultimate yama na yama of yoga. Anong end result? He's very pleased if one shares Krishna to others. So, I beg you to distribute Bhagavad Gita in the form of words, in the form of your actions, and in the form of book. Because that's one way to please Krishna by sharing Him to others. The more you give Krishna, the more you get Krishna. And by saving others in the material suffering. Di mo sila tinatanggal sa sitwasyon nila physically, but yung consciousness nila nag-iiba. The greatest revolution na pwedeng gawin ng isang tao is the spiritual revolution. Ayun yung end ng Bhagavad Gita. Tomorrow, we will have a conclusion and sharing. Pero bago tayo pumunta, we will go to the intimate love kay Krishna. So ano ulit yung 5 relationship kay Krishna? Please type. First assignment natin yan. Makikita mo rin sa introduction yan. Ano yung 5? Sige, habang type nyo, I'll read. I think it is great that Krishna consciousness does not teach us that women are less than men in terms of how we can serve Him. Actually, lamang nga yung women. This is natin why. Sabi ni Raul, sa spiritual world ba, may mga pangalan din ba tayo? Or we will be using the same names while in this plant? Yes, we will have our own names, our own form. Hindi lang tao, yung pwede maging form natin sa spiritual world. We have the eternal form. It is mentioned in the introduction. That is the Swarupa. That's our Swarup. Eternal form natin kay Krishna pagbalik doon. We could not know that as of now, but those who are pure devotee, they would have a sense. Pero ultimately, pagbalik mo kay Krishna, you know. And that's very special. Everyone's special kay Krishna. So, ayun ang super, walang competition sa spiritual world. Lahat best. Yan, lahat ng luto masarap. Kahit sabihin mo, ito yung pinakamasarap na tikman ko. Lahat pinakamasarap na natikman mo na pagkain, na prasyada. So, ano yung 5 relationship kay Krishna? You have the passive, neutral. You have the those who are in owner's reverence. They do serve, yes, yan. They do serve, service. Friends. So, din-discuss din natin yung mga friends, yung mga gopas. Parents, or parental love kay Krishna. And the intimate love. First of all, I'm not really that qualified to share this very deep knowledge ng Krishna consciousness. But I'm begging sa mercy ninyo and the mercy ng mga senior spiritual teachers and also my spiritual master that at least may ma-share ako na beneficial for everyone and for myself. In Vrindavan, lahat ng relationship nandun. And lahat ng relationship na meron din sa 5 rasa na to or relationships kay Krishna. Hindi natin alam kung ano yung ultimate na sa parang tanong ni Raul Prabhu, anong name natin, anong identity. So pagbalik natin sa spiritual world, may kanya-kanya rin tayong relationship kay Krishna. Very intimate. But the highest is the intimate love kay Krishna, conjugal love. And the rest of the spiritual practice, they would not get this. The best way to get this is the chanting of Hare Krishna. Krishna gave it. How? He incarnated himself as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hindi lang kasi siya yon, si Krishna. It's a mixture of Srimati Radharani, Radha, and Krishna. Kaya golden form siya. In Vrindavan, you would see there sa mga photos, you could read also in the Krishna book, and we are chanting Hare or Srimati Radharani kasi siya female form na expansion ni Krishna as his conjugal love. Very intimate. This is not the material lust, sakto Valentine's bukas. No, this is the eternal love. So they have different pastimes, especially in Vrindavan. This is eternal pastimes. Nangyayari to in the spiritual world, in the other universes. And ginawa rin nila rito. Again, I invite everyone to open their minds and hearts. This is not material relationship. The highest na meron yung love ng isang tao is the parakia bhav, or the love of a paramour. Ano yung paramour? This is yung mga gopis, yung mga babae sa Brindavan and Srimati Radharani, they have husbands. But they love Krishna the most. This is not material. Yung mga husbands nila, a lot of them are expansions din ni Krishna. And they're devotees as well. They're just playing the role. So they love Krishna the most. Ano yung application nito sa atin? You have your own husbands. Hindi literal na husband as asawa, but your duties, your work, your responsibilities. Si Arjuna, yung pagiging soldier niya. Pero, ano yung nasa heart niya? Ano yung nasa isip niya palagi? Si Krishna. Like, those who are in the paramour love, these gopis, they will do their duties sa bahay nila. They will do yung mga household chores perfectly beyond paanong dapat nilang gawin, beyond the call of duty. They will do it perfectly. Bakit? Para hindi mahalata ng mga mothers-in-laws nila, yung mga tao sa paligid nila, mga relatives na every night, Krishna calls them using the flute. And they see each other. As we go on with our everyday duties, we must do your duty, our duty, beyond the call of roles and responsibilities natin. Beyond pa, dapat mas maganda pa. How? You're thinking of Krishna, just like a paramour love. Always in love with Krishna. Then, a time na solo mo si Krishna, you have your japamala, you have your books relishing Krishna. Mas intense. In love, lalo nag-grow. Every night, sila yung mga artists, they would create in Vrindavan, in the forest of Braj, in the evening, they will create very nice setup. So yung mga interior designer dyan ang galing. Yung mga events organizers, sila yun matitindi dyan. Walang nakakaalam. Tutunog lang yung flute ni Krishna, alam nila kung saan. Tapos they will have spiritual gossip. Yung spiritual gossip daw nila is better than those nagka-perform ng yoga saka nag-recite lang ng mantra. Because sila, they will plan saan sila magkita-kita together with Krishna. Ano yung susuotin? Ano yung handa nila para kay Srimati Radharani na damit na tetero dapat kay Krishna? Or minsan, mag-create sila ng swing. Ito yung pastime na gagawin nila. Tapos ito yung tono ng Hare Krishna mantras na gagawin natin. Anong klaseng garland yung susuot natin? Tapos terno sila. Tapos minsan mag-aaway yung dalawa, si Krishna sa si Srimati Radharani. Paano sila natin papag-meet? Ganun yung arrangement nila. And hindi sila nag-serious about isa. They're always encouraging each other. Love na love ko si Krishna. You must love Krishna also more. Kaya nila ka-love si Krishna intimately. And they serve. They don't go to Krishna directly. They serve Srimati Radharani. So just like our parampara, we don't just go to Krishna directly. We serve our seniors, our spiritual teacher, because from there, the mercy is going down, the knowledge, the engagement, the devotional service, and the service goes up. From them, mapiplease si Krishna. So that's what they are doing. So every night, they see each other. They play kirtan. They make Radha and Krishna dance. But sobrang napiplease si Krishna and Srimati Radharani that Krishna fulfills everyone's desire. He is the ultimate and mystic master of the mystic yogi. Kung natandaan nyo, he can expand himself sa mga kalaro niya unlimitedly. Yung mystic power ng mga yogi, he can just expand 9 times. Krishna could expand unlimitedly. So to fulfill everyone's desire, yung mga gopis, sila yung mga assistant ni Srimati Radharani, yung mga babae sa Vrindavan, he expands himself unlimitedly. So they could spend kay Krishna intimate times, and they dance. Kung nakikita niyo yung mga videos natin bago mag-kirtan, yung iba doon sumasayaw. They don't dance for performance to show off with each other, no. They dance for Krishna. Just like what Shiva did. Actually, si Shiva gusto pumasok sa pastime na to. But he was not allowed because he's in the form of a man's body. But he did something para magkaroon siya ng women's body. Maging gopi siya. Just to enjoy this pastime. This is very intimate. Sobrang secret nila to. In the middle of the forest in Vrindavan. So Krishna expands himself. Hindi siya nag-expand tapos yung ginagawa niya, ganun din yung gagawin ng ibang expansion niya. No. Everyone is unique. And yung mga gopis, feeling nila, solong-solo nila si Krishna. Sila lang yung kasayaw ni Krishna. Lahat sila nararamdaman yan. So that shows how Krishna is so intimate with each and every one of us. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, mukhang bihis si Krishna kakapakinig dun sa dasal ng iba para baka hindi niya ako naririnig. No, he's very intimately in relationship with us. So as this pastime is happening in the evening, it is called Rasa Lila. Everyone is in deep ecstasy sa love nila kay Krishna. This is the highest, eternal, and the most deep love. Ito yung prema bhakti or prema. In the Madhurya Rasa. That is the intimate love kay Krishna. And napakadaming pastime na ito. I encourage everyone to read the Krishna book. It is a summary ng 10th canto ng Srimad Bhagavatam. And soon we will discuss the Srimad Bhagavatam every morning. Starting tomorrow. We'll gradually go in the details of this. We should not take this cheaply. Other people will just read this and just imitate Krishna. Si Krishna nga madaming asawa. Si Krishna nga ganito. That's why yung ibang practice ng culture, madami sa asawa. Feeling nila si Krishna sila. No, they could not expand themselves. Just like what Krishna did. Though the reason why they're doing that, because of lust. This is not out of lust. This is out of prema bhakti or pure eternal love, spiritual love. And para kay Krishna. And hindi mo masabi, hindi ko mararamdaman to kasi nasa male body ako. Dami ko ang tattoo tapos ganyan, no? Si Krishna yung ultimate male and everyone is the ultimate prakriti or energy of Krishna, female. Kaya sinasabi nila, there's no dominance lang ng male sa spiritual life. No. They could be doing things because they have that male body, pero doesn't mean na lamang sila. And having a women's body, they could easily, not easily, but more than sa men, in love as a mom, na magawa para kay Krishna. And even the Madhurya Rasa. And sobrang sweet neto kasi for us to be able to praise Krishna, just like the gopis, we must please Srimati Radharani. That's why we chant Hare first before Krishna. If Srimati Radharani is pleased, you can just whisper your name to Krishna. This devotee Mervin, this devotee KD, or si Chantal, is very serious trying to please you. Give your sidelong glance to them. And sobrang favorite ni um, Krishna, and the ultimate love niya, si Srimati Radharani, you'll just do it. For us to be able to feel this, we cannot be on the same platform. Our mood is to serve the gopis by serving yung mga manjaris. Merong pang mas bata sa mga gopis. So may assistant si Srimati Radharani, which is the gopis. Yung mga gopis, may mga assistant sila, which is the manjaris. Sila yung mga younger ones. Sila yung closer kay Krishna. Kasi sila yung nag-aayos minsan ng mga earrings ni Srimati Radharani, yung ano niya, yung mga jewelries nila. Just like in a film shoot, or may photo shoot, or may fashion show, nakikita mo, di ba, sa platform, sa stage lang sila when you're in the audience. Pero behind the scene, nakikita mo, sobrang close nila. Binibihisan nila yung mga celebrities or yung mga actors, mini-makeupan nila. May intimate relationship. Ganun yung mga manjaris. So with us, we serve yung mga manjaris by serving the devotees because they are following the footsteps of manjaris, gopis, and Srimati Radharani. So we could please Srimati Radharani by serving the devotees, especially the spiritual master. The spiritual master, spiritual guru, is the representative of the manjaris. And ganun ka-importante working behind the scene. Hindi ibig sabihin spiritual life, again, hindi siya show, hindi siya pasikatan. We want to have the menial service or the most humble service. We must always do that. You clean your altar, clean your sacred space, make your beads clean. Or if you go to the temple, help clean the temple, or try to cook for for Krishna. Sometimes wash yung mga pinaglutuan para kay Krishna. Very simple, very humbling. Very mas nakikita ni Krishna. Or just like them, having to organize para magkita-kita sila Krishna. Or i-please pa yung mga ibang gopis mas closer kay Krishna. Hindi siya pabidahan, hindi siya competition, pataasan, or pasikatan. Being behind the scene ng spiritual life, ng Krishna consciousness, bringing others closer kay Krishna, that will please Krishna the most. So we're not imitating Srimati Radharani, gopis, and manjaris, but we're following the footsteps by serving them. That's the big difference. That's the spiritual perception sa Madhurya Rasa. So si Krishna, nagtaka dito, bakit ganun yung love sa akin ni Srimati Radharani? Minsan, wala si Krishna, talagang todo umiiyak sila. They're longing for Krishna. Krishna, kinakausap nila lahat. They're looking for Krishna. That's separation. Love and separation. Lalo nag-intensify, nag-grow yung love. Bakit nangyayari yun? So habang nag-grow yun, nagkataka si Krishna, bakit ganun yung love nila para sa akin? He incarnated himself as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Lord Chaitanya just 500 years ago. And that's why yung color niya is golden. I'll show you a picture of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And for us to be able to feel yung love na to, yung Madhurya Rasa, siniksik ni Krishna yung potency in yung love na to sa Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Those who chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and this path could be the only one to experience this. The rest is in different rasa because that's how they practice. So yan, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ito nga, meron silang painting, Krishna plus Srimati Radharani is Lord Chaitanya. He's the golden avatar. So this and the yoga is much more deeper than the exercise, the asanas, and the fitness. It is just one fraction ng buong yoga system. And sa spiritual life, there's much more than that. And the ultimate essence and the ultimate nectar is chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. And one could be in this platform of intimate love kay Krishna. So I'm begging as your teacher in this service and as a monk, I should beg. I'm begging for some charity. Now please, 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 always remember to chant your rounds every day. Sabi nga, if you are chanting Hare Krishna, Maha Mantra, this Rasa Leela, Krishna and um, Srimati Radharani is dancing in your tongue. So always remember to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And I have few more um, charity that I want to beg. Tomorrow, I know it's Sunday, pero it will be the last day of our course. Wala mo nang iyak. Pero I would like to beg for your realizations sa buong course natin. You can write them down. Pwede mo i-ready yun, tapos we could read that. You can send it to me earlier so we could, hindi mo na kailangan i-send sa chat box. But I would be pleased as well to hear your voice, sharing your realization. Hindi naman kailangan sobrang haba. So you could tell kung ano yung mindset, ano yung perception mo, or ano ka, yung consciousness mo before the course, how did it affect you, tapos paano mo siya na-relish, yung mga realization mo, sa tingin mo ganito yung nangyari, and how do you plan to continue and stay connected. So that will be my, not just assignment, that will be my charity that I want to beg from each and every one of you. And more announcement para sa mga courses natin tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to see everyone personally, not just sa internet. So before we end this, picture muna tayo, everyone. I'm inviting you to open your cameras. So picture tayo. Ganda lang. During birth, we forget all our past lives if we give it. Answer natin your role. Picture tayo, everyone. Maraming salamat. Mervin, Raul, Prabhu, KD, Kaiser, Pascual, Charles, and Pat, Risha. So count of 3 and 1, 2, 3. One more, 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. And maraming salamat. Be Krishna conscious, not just for today, but palagi. Always do your sadhana, that's chanting and reading. So makikita pa tayo bukas. Please prepare your realizations. You can write it down and pwede mo na rin, pwede rin you can speak sa mic. So I would personally hear you. Maraming salamat. So basahin natin yung sabi ni Raul. During birth, we forget all our past lives. If we liberate and go back to the spiritual world, do we also forget our life in the spiritual, in the physical world? Just like a dream. Panaginip ka, sama itandaan mo, sama hindi masyado. Kasi you are in the eternal time. The dream is just like fraction of it, kahit billions of years pa yan, millions of years pa yan. Some matandaan mo, some hindi. Not that important. Yung problema mo ngayon, very fraction lang yun. Kasi that's just the problem of the material body. So thank you very much, everyone. I'm looking forward to see you tomorrow. Maraming salamat. Same time, same place. So tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, and tomorrow evening is very special. Village Talk, 7 p.m. Hare Krishna. Goodbye. High five.